Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you are doing well in whichever space you are in. If you are already on summer vacation, congratulations. If you still have a few more weeks, you can do it. It's coming. School year is ending. It will be here. Summer vacation will be here soon. I have been moving all over the place as my family is transitioning out of the school year and into our summer plans and seeing friends and family and all of those different pieces, which got me thinking that it could be fun to talk about how do we help our students make sense of and work with information across space and time. Two things that I have been transitioning a lot of over the last few days, couple weeks as my family is making this transition. So I was thinking we could talk about dun, 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 let me see if I can move it here. The newly revised, renovated Earth System Data Explorer that my NASA data puts out. So those that have been following and playing along for years know that I think so highly of all the folks over at My NASA Data and everything they do to try to make all the copious amounts of NASA data accessible and usable for a wide variety of audiences, some of which are our K to 12 students. And they have been working over the last many months to revise and retune how they present their data in this Earth System Data Explorer. And it's pretty cool. So it's all now map based, so very similar. It looks like Google Maps. It looks like things are, or like Google Earth, things our students are more familiar with, like when they are looking things up on their phone. And I like how they kind of redesigned it in a way that, yes, is it still a little clunky? Yes, because again, multiple audiences. But I'm really excited to hear what you think because I think in some ways they've added some like really phenomenal new features that could be really fun. So let's say, so first we pick our sphere. As always, my NASA data is focused around what sphere are we working with. So let's pick the biosphere and let's look at plant growth patterns as our category of biosphere that we're going to look at. And then let's think about, well, what data sets are available to us that NASA has based on all of the NASA satellites and everything they're collecting information about. Monthly leaf area index. Okay, I mean, that seems like an interesting one to look at. I can like kind of wrap my head around that a little bit. And let's see, let's pick a year. Maybe we'll do 2021 and April. I don't know, sort of into the growing season here in the Northern Hemisphere that we have. And so now we get our legend of what the colors mean, as well as a description about the data. So it's a little hard because you've got to pick your data set before you really know what you're looking at. But then there's this like golden, beautiful description of like, what is it we're looking at? What is this quantity, monthly leaf area index? So as a cue, we want to make sure our students are like thinking about that, reading about it. If you get here and you're like, this isn't what I want, it's really easy to change your data set selection, but this is what I want to point our attention to because this is where there's some really cool opportunities. We can zoom in. So we're here in the United States. So let's zoom in and think about kind of what's going on in the United States. Now we can see the continental and Alaska and Hawaii a little bit better. But what if we want to, okay, so this is a map. Spatially, we can see across April, what was kind of on average the monthly leaf area index or the calculated leaf area index across the United States and Canada. I mean, actually across North America and a bit of South America, what we can see right now. Okay, what if we're interested in sort of how that compares to other times in space? So let's think about, let's go to kind of 37 degrees latitude. Oh, wait, but that put us back in Europe. So let's think about what if we do -80? Okay, that puts us nicely here in Virginia, kind of close to North Carolina and West Virginia. That seems good. I mean, you obviously can decide based on what you're thinking. And we had said 2021 originally. So let's do 2020 to 2022. We'll go April to April for that location. And now we can wait for the magic because now what are we looking at? Well, we have a map of our mean leaf area index in April of 2021. And what we have is situated here. So April 2021, that's what this whole map is for, this data point. But now we sort of see where that falls in relation to the previous April, the subsequent April, the months in between. We can see the rise and fall of plant matter over the seasons in the northern temperate area in the northern hemisphere. Things like that. You can generate the data table if you want to dive into those data even further, you can access that. Or maybe you're thinking, okay, that's great, but no, that's actually not what I do. Maybe we're interested, or maybe your students explore that and then they are thinking of a question might be, well, how much rain was there at that time? Is that why there's more plant matter down here than up above? We love those build on questions as our students are making sense of data. And what we can do is now we can do some side-by-side comparisons. So we want precipitation. So we want atmosphere, precipitation, water vapor. Let's choose our data set. Okay, let's go with monthly precipitation rate as something to compare against our monthly leaf area index. We want to make sure we have it for the same time because we're interested in making that comparison and seeing. So now it's pulling up. And with this in between, we can compare back and forth how much rain was there. Just like with our leaf area index, we've got our legend, we've got our description. And so we can kind of scroll back and forth to make some comparisons. And maybe we think, well, seems like there's a bit more rain around here, but not a lot of rain down here, even though there was a lot of leaf area index down here. Other questions we can ask. You can, if you want to, I just typed in random latitude and longitude points to get us here as we were thinking about it. You can identify, so you can go to a specific point on the map and it will pull up your coordinates and things like that. There is so much here, including a whole wonderful group of tutorials about how to use the new interface. And not only can you access the data set, you can easily download the image, and your students can easily download the image to be able to incorporate it and upload into your digital notebook, your learning management system, whatever you have going on. So I think this is a really exciting upgrade in that kind of the time plot can be above the map and we can be comparing across time and space. We just got to be mindful of what units we're using, and that we can have two maps side by side and we can scroll over back and forth across the two to start to identify some patterns, make some connections, and then access those data to be able to follow up and pursue them additionally. So thank you everyone at MyNESA Data. So super excited for this new version of the Earth System Data Explorer. I think I got that right. I always get it wrong. Everyone makes fun of me for that. But check it out. I'll put the link in the comments below. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the weather.